Howdy everybody, here for another garden walk. Gonna do my September garden walks today. Starting out again on my trellis. The maypops are doing great. They're still flowering. They'll flower well into the very end, right at last frost is when they'll stop. So they're going to make a lot more flowers than we'll ever be able to mature into fruit. So I'm going to start collecting and drying them soon for medicinal tea. The beans, as you can see, are starting to turn yellow, and the bean pods are starting to dry up. I can feel seeds inside of there starting to mature and dry. Here's probably going to be the biggest beans. Look at the size. Those are, again, Miami pole beans. They're supposed to kind of taste like walnuts. Great protein-rich food. Of course, beans as a protein on their own are not a complete protein. You should always eat them with a grain. Here we have a bunch of busy bees trying to get everything they can before winter. Just doing their best. I'm just surrounded by them. There's that bee that was there at the beginning. You can even see how they rub their backs as they walk around underneath those. Those are dropping pollen on their back. So that's how they pollinate all these different flowers. Right in here, just a whole mess of beans. Oh, one of the bees bumped me. I must be upsetting them. So I'll move on. But yep, everything's looking amazing here. Busy bees, lots of busy bees. Yep, moving along over to my Hugel Mound. I bought two horse chestnuts here, but I only see one has made it. Strawberries are going crazy. Bee balm's getting all of its energy for next year's flowering season. All the weeds are still here. I haven't gone through and mulched the entire thing heavily like I plan to eventually. I'll probably do that in the winter. That's an asparagus that's almost as tall as me, doing just fine on it. Walking along, more strawberries all throughout, more asparagus right there. I hear a loud car coming up. Alright, that's all passed. But yep. Of course, there's sunchokes. I never intended for them to be here, but they got here, and now I can't get rid of them, so there's going to be sunchokes here forever. Here's the other horse chestnut that I planted. In my experience, sometimes it's surprising. Sometimes they'll come back, but it's been leafless most of the summer. Start walking this way. Here we have, my mom planted a lilac here many years ago, and it struggled for a long time. I gave it a ring of mulch and started planting things in the mulch permaculture style, like a guild, and it's done much better. There's a asparagus in the mix. There were potatoes all around it. I need to come by and kill back the weeds again, but yep, it's doing much better now. Oh, and another asparagus up front. I forgot I gave it 2 asparagus. My mom likes asparagus a lot, so she likes how it looks as an adult too, the ferns. And then we'll start walking this way. This area is real weedy. I haven't really taken care of it at all this year, so I apologize for the state it's in. But over here is where I planted my my quince today. Oh, there's a kitty in there. She's probably going to run away at some point. Yep, she's one of the ones that's quite scared of me, so I'll be quick here. But huge, happy, healthy asparagus. There's the top of the quince tree. You know, the one that I planted in one of my earliest videos and talked about planting deeper than is necessary. Right, there's a praying mantis chilling out on the quince tree. There's hops climbing up the dead nurse tree behind it. The quince tree got nibbled pretty heavily by Japanese beetles, but it pulled through, it survived, and it's grown a lot. It's almost my height in a single season, despite being buried deeper than it needed to be. There's some strawberries struggling in the shade, but they'll pull through. There's a hosta. I think I've got some other other things interplanted here if I can find them, if I can remember them. But yeah, nice little interplanting. Once that quince tree is big enough, those hops will climb up it every year. We'll get 2 harvests off of one thing, and of course we'll get harvests off of this big mass of asparagus year after year. So, you know, there's all that. And now we're gonna take a walk over to that last guild that I showed off last time at the end of this part of my garden walks. But I suppose while I'm on the way, we'll already be walking past the trellis again. So here's the other side of it. The beans back here haven't really given up. There's still some big green leaves on a lot of the beans here. Flowering is a lot less intense back here. I mean, it's in its own shade, so yeah, a lot less intense flowering. There's a mat of green all over the floor. So yeah, it's gonna be a big year for this stuff, that's for sure. There's one of the fruit. Hopefully I get a good amount of fruit to harvest. Love to preserve it or make some alcohol somehow, some way. Huh. Something came through and tore off a fruit. I don't know what, but I can tell already this fruit is not ripe. But let's see if I can rip it open and show. Okay, there we go. The inside of them, they're white now, but these are all immature fruit, immature seeds. When they ripen, these will be sort of a translucent yellow. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm about to sneeze, everyone. Sorry about that. But yeah, these will be little pockets of delicious tart fruit. But cut off like that, it was never going to mature. It was too soon. But yeah, so that's what they're like. Just this inedible shell packed full of these fruit. But it'll all return to the earth here. But we still got tons of it hanging out up here. So wish me luck on those fruit maturing. But we'll walk over to look at that last guild before I move on. I still haven't given it any extra mulch. I really need to. I will by next year at the very least. I'll plant some potatoes around it. The wind's been harsh on it, knocked a few limbs down off of the Soshan, but look at all those happy flowers. Lots and lots of happy flowers. Comfrey. Right there's my Saskatoon or Juneberry. I believe this one is Autumn Brilliance, is the name of the type. So, yep. See a walking onion in there in the mix. So, yep, that one's doing nice. Hope to see you all in the next video. I put out a video recently on asking questions for what you all want to see me make videos on in winter. Hopefully you all check that out and leave a comment. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, guys.